and welcome to my channel. As you can tell, today is going to be a tiny bit different. I'm going to go through the process I went through to create Midnight Motorcycle Ride. And this would be for beginners that are looking just to get into maybe doing YouTube content. I'm a beginner myself, but I wanted, to show other people what frustrations you might run into. Hopefully this can ease some of that. I should probably just title this Frustrations Creating Songs. I might do that actually. And the main reason, it's not so much frustrating, it's like, why is this done this way? Why can't I have it this way? Why do you need this and that? It's boggled my mind so much. I just figured it would be useful to make a video about it. So as I have it up here, I have been using Grok to help me create music. I already had, kind of a tone that I wanted. I had, what I was looking for as far as the melody and everything else. But as far as extending it, maybe getting, a different verse, maybe get a chorus in there. What would, be nice to add in? I was using Grok. And if you just go in there and say, hey, I want something from Tom Petty, out comes, there might be, an actual song from them, and then you're going to get dinged for copyright. So you got to be careful about that. You can do it in the styles and then make changes, but if it sounds like you've heard it on the radio, yeah, be careful. Please excuse some of the stuff back here. It's, kind of cleaned up. Got, books and some other stuff back there. I got my guitar right here. As you can see, I got my desktop out, and we can view it. That in itself has been frustrating. I've been trying to do this all day. I've had to take a couple of breaks. I had some other stuff going on. And before I continue, I don't get sponsors from anyone. I don't get paid. I'm not even get paid from YouTube. Not yet. YouTube. I know I need subscribers and viewers for all that. I don't get paid for X. Same thing. I'm not monetized. Nobody's looking out to pay me or anything. It would be nice. I would say that it would be nice, but it's not needed. I'm doing this because I kind of enjoy it, and also kind of have the time to do it. I wish I got this video done earlier so I had time to do other things that needed attending to, but it is what it is. So let's continue. Now, as you can tell, I tried to have Grok look PDF. It won't look at PDF. I was able to go into my guitar tabs. This is where I've been writing my music. I'm not a music major. Never had like real music classes or anything, so I don't know all the musical notes. But once I learned you can do tabs, and that's 7th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, that makes sense to me. I can work with that. I can deal with that. I can play music, reading this, and then going through. Yeah, I still screw up here and there, and I'll demonstrate where I screwed up a few times, even creating the song I have out. But this has definitely been very helpful. What I was doing is going back and forth, getting ideas. And if you have a tune in your head, you play a musical instrument or something, or even electronic. Like I have Reaper up here. I want to work with that I probably should, instead of flashing it. I'm working with Reaper. There's another software that I was trying to learn, and it was just not letting me do anything, even though it was a free tier. And if you know what that is, well, Yeah. I got, actually asked Grok and suggested Reaper, and I started getting onto it, started working it, and I was able to start making music almost a tenth of a time faster. It was that quick. Whereas the other one took me forever to learn just to get something going. And I was still having troubles because it won't let you do certain things. So here I am. Now, back to this. So, with going back and forth, I had a piece that I wanted, and as I'm doing this, I am taking my guitar, sitting here, going through music. I got my headphones right here, so everyone in the house isn't, listening to music blaring, listening to me making a whole bunch of mistakes. I got my Fender Mustang LT25 down here. Very nice amp, and if you're a beginner, I would suggest it. The settings, different amps, different pedals that it has on here, just in the programming, is very useful. I don't have to go and spend $20-$30, to get a cheap, reverb pedal like this one. Although this is kind of nice, I'm not gonna mock it, but it has that kind of stuff in here, and you can watch other YouTube videos where even they mention, it's not as good as the real thing. Well, yeah, I mean, other pedals, especially nice pedals, they have some better software, they got some better things to it, so of course they're gonna be better. This is good for me, just having a nice amp with all that stuff in there. I can build off of that. That's good for me. Now, as far as recording that kind of stuff, go on to Audacity, and as you can see, I have different sounds up. Let me do this real quick. So I took some sound samples, and I'm going to go over some frustrations I had with that. I also had some frustrations with this. Had some frustrations recording. Now, get my tablet sitting right here, USB cord hooked into the amp, and recording that, not a problem. Problem was, especially being a beginner, is hitting that record button and then playing. And if you want to see how good of a player you are, I suggest you do that. Go in here, and this is free software. You can, just plug and play, hit record, and try to stay with the tempo. Try to stay, with your music sheet, and just go through the whole thing with one pass. And even Midnight Motorcycle Ride, I had some screw ups. I lost my pace a little bit, so I did have to do some editing. And if you have some keen ears, you can probably hear that, where I spliced it, deleted it, added it. Now with this one, I was having some troubles because I didn't like the original song to it. Try to bring this back up. So this part right here, I like this part. I got that suggestion from Grok, and then transitioning into here, not that part, but it was originally here and then here. I didn't have this part, and it irked me the way it sounded going from here straight to here. So I worked on it and put this little bar or whatever you want to call it, add that to it, and I liked the way it came out, so I kept it. Now, as I was playing around, getting a little frustrated, just wanting to play, I also came up with this little scale. And that sounded really nice. And if you would notice in the song, no, not there, it's right here. And move my head over. Right about here, I got the same pattern as up here, but in chords. So it gives it, kind of a nice little melody with it as well. So that has heightened my ability a little bit with the understanding, doing chords and changing things up. Now, whether or not those are actual musical notes, I do not know. I do not care. It sounded good to me, so I put it in. And I don't know if that's how music is done or not, but that's how I'm going to do it. So going into recording, getting this done, I said, okay, I'm just going to save this. Because I had before cut, after cut, and just trying different things. I was like, okay. Open it up. Here's the finished product. And once you get your actual guitar down or piano or whatever, then you come in here and you can add different notes, different sounds to it. You can change effects and different things. You can build on it. And that's what I was wanting to do. I was hoping I could do that. So I took some sound bites of my motorcycle. We went out and did a motorcycle ride. I took some pictures, took some sound clips, and then more frustration came. So as I was trying to transfer those sounds from my phone, because I downloaded a free app to record it, started sending them to myself through email so I could have it on my computer, because, just plugging it in, it gets a little out of hand. Anyways, I wanted to send it. Now, what I ran into was after 3 sound bits, the remaining ones I couldn't just send. I had to save it to photos, and it saved it as a video. Okay, so how do I change that? Well, because I'm using DaVinci Resolve to do my YouTube videos, I know that I can work some magic with it. So I created a new project, added that here, came over to where the video file was, right click and delete selected, and then go over to deliver, scroll this over, hit audio only. That undoes this check mark, and then you can change which file format you want in. Now, I've been doing MP3, and I've seen some videos. I've been looking up some stuff. I need to look up some more. I should probably be doing this in WAV or another format, just for better compression, better sound. Mostly because I'm doing musical instruments. So I should probably be changing things. But again, that's the learning process. So I guess learn from my mistakes. And then once I, got that video in here with the sound clip that I want, just add to render queue, rendered it, and convert it into the MP3. I just had the MP3, and then I was able to come in here and play around with the sounds, play with the sound volume, get some of the nice heavy beats in from the motorcycle. Try to give it a little bit of a background noise, just so it wasn't me just playing guitar. And what I'm hoping to do on later videos is do kind of the same thing with Reaper. Maybe get a bass guitar, maybe get some drums, piano, and then play my guitar. I got several guitars. I probably should get some better recording equipment. I might do that come payday. Maybe get some cheap stuff just to start out. Just so, I can maybe build on it, work on getting better at playing guitar. Because that's definitely one thing that doing all this, at the end of the day, coming in here, pressing new, hitting record. It's actually working. The last times I have done these videos, it wouldn't work. And that's been frustrating. Oh my. Coming in here, just pressing record, have the USB and everything else, and then playing. I can't stress that enough. It's definitely a test you. And I enjoyed every moment. It was a little bit frustrating, yeah. It took me a long time to do it, yeah. Yes. Especially as a beginner. But, like everyone says, all the different videos I watched, 2-3 hours a day practicing, that's what you need. I've seen one person talk about 4 hours. I don't even understand how I would do 4 hours. Maybe it's just because they were, doing something else. But yeah, doing the practice, it's what's going to happen. You're going to get better and better and better. And I'm hoping to get really good and create my own music. Maybe even do some vocals, do some singing, and be able to listen to my own stuff on the go. Hopefully it's good. It is what it is. Anyways, once I had all this set up, and I put it in here, and then took the pictures. Again, this is middle of the night. I wanted to do the middle of the night because that's what the song is. These are pictures that I took. Stopping and taking pictures, following the law. And then having everything put together and put on YouTube. I would like to note one thing I did try. I tried to do this first, was add those sound bits in here first. Big mistake. I learned that real quick. Once I started adding stuff into DaVinci Resolve with the audio, I was getting echoes from it. I don't know, it's because of MP3 or just my system. I don't know what it is. But I've been using Audacity for a while. I've used it, before for some songs that had like horrible beginnings, but I really liked the end song. So I would come in here and I would edit actual songs from other artists just because I didn't like the beginning, or it would take like, some songs have like a minute long, just blah. And then it gets into the song and the song's really good. Well, I was using Audacity a long time ago, and now I'm using it a lot more often. So it kind of works out. Uploading it to YouTube, that's not, too bad. Rendering it and everything else, formatting, that's not that bad. I'm not going to go into the process. I'm not going into tutorials with all this. There's a lot smarter people that have tutorials on this. Unless you want, you can leave a comment. I can go through some of the different stuff that I've learned. But the overall part of this video is, there's going to be some frustrations. There's going to be, you're going to have some patience to do all this. But I would encourage anyone that's wanting to build on the craft, to build on, writing music. Okay, I know I've been going on a bit of a rant. I had to take a little break. And I was wrapping up everything. But that's the main focus of this video is, yes, it can be frustrating, but have some patience. If you're wanting to, get into songwriting, creating your own music, I would highly recommend, these different apps, My Guitar Tabs, Grok, Audacity, DaVinci Resolve, and Reaper. Only because of the frustrations I've had with other software to create and write music, to record music, to do the videos, even to do this stream, this video that I'm doing to record desktop and get it going. Deep breath. Yeah. I didn't think it would be this way. I had a feeling it could go this way, but I'm glad I've got some of the kinks out and I can do some more stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be doing more videos in here or in the garage. Now that I have this set up, especially with OBS, having, for some reason, the delay on the audio mixer, I'm hoping it's not too bad. I've had to really change it. I think I'm at like 110-second delay. It's ridiculous. I even have a nice cable hooked up. I don't know if I need to, buy HD cable, if that's the difference, or what the case may be. I have to look that up, just like I have to look up WAV. I have to learn how to use Reaper. I need to, work with DaVinci Resolve a little bit more. I want to, maybe add some more effects, maybe some fading in and out. There's a lot that you can do with these certain applications, and the more you use them, the better the video content will be. Right now, I'm just starting out. I'm a beginner, trying to push into being an intermediate. So hopefully I get better and you're following this journey with me. And if you want to collaborate, maybe do some stuff together, share some files. I have a couple ideas I want to do in the future. I am currently working on another song, and it's called Not Normal. I want to get that out. Doing a motorcycle ride this weekend. My uncle, I was thinking about, doing videos, doing songs, practicing and everything else, and what comes next. And I came up with a great idea to do a soundtrack to a book I wrote a long time ago. I think that'd be very interesting to do. Kind of left it as cliffhanger, so maybe at some point I get into finishing the second book. I got part of it done, but who knows? Yes, I have too many hobbies. I probably have ADHD as well. But one thing I have noticed is when I pick up the guitar and actually start playing, yeah, I'm able to focus on it. So thank you for watching. Take care and have a good one.